All right, people. Sorry I'm a little late, but better late than not, eh? Hi, Nitro Freak and Rip. How you doing? Rip, you must be new to this channel. If you are and you're not subscribed, please do. It's that time, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love the muscle car picture. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I built a model of that a while ago, Nitro. I wish I knew your real name because I don't want to keep on calling you a Nitro Freak. Hi, Gary. How's it going? Well, there's the links if anybody wants to join me. Hi, Corner Clubhouse. How you doing? I just put the 55 Chevy in the food dehydrator because I painted the model with enamel, and enamel takes long to dry. So if you put it in a food dehydrator, it cuts the curing time. If nobody knows, it's a little tip from me. Yeah, I put hashtags on this live stream, Nitro Freak, just to let you know. Oh, cool, cool. What kit am I working on, Gary? I'm working on the 55 Chevy. I I worked on the chassis a little bit today. If I can pick it up without breaking it. See, here's a chassis for it. It's a 55 Chevy, seat belts, everything in it. Mostly scratch built. My hand is still not 100%. It's going to take a while. Yeah, sure. Sure, Nitro Freak. Whenever you want to come in. More than welcome. 9 people in the house. Thanks all for coming. Hi, Kelly. Codwell. How you doing? Yeah, the 55 Chevy, I don't know if you've seen it, Gary, but it's painted uh, plum purple and pearl silver. Yeah, it's two-tone. I can show it to you. Just hold on 1 minute. See? Uh, Hi, Nigel.
Big John, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, that is just a tip for me. If you ever paint enamel, if you could get a food dehydrator secondhand, put the body in a food dehydrator for 2 days. Takes less time to dry then.
Yeah, cures it a lot faster.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
actually a good tip. Good tip.
yeah. Like I didn't know the plum purple was enamel until I finished spraying it, and then I looked at the label and I go, shit,
Right, right.
because I usually spray a lacquer.
Yeah, I use a lot of that lacquer stuff as well. I
Well,
actually broke out some of my models out of the closet earlier on today. I got to start hopping on the ball and start getting some of them things put together. I've got tons of them over the years that I've collected. Still brand new in the box. I've never done a damn thing with them. I
yeah,
used to be big into doing models. And then when I got very much deeply into doing the whole YouTube thing, that just took up my, all my time, right? I just
yeah,
didn't have time for models anymore. Like today, I've been sitting on YouTube since 9 o'clock this morning, just visiting friends' channels after channels after channels, coming in and talking with people and sharing what I do, talking about what I do, what they do. And then here I'm looking at my clock and it's 8 o'clock at night already, and I'm still on the go. Some people don't realize that YouTube can be basically a full-time job, especially if you want to earn money and
or more.
oh yeah, believe me, I know.
Yeah, there's one person I follow. Her name is Shorty Getaway.
Yeah, I'm on Shorty Getaway's channel all the time as well.
Yeah, and she has a full time job, and plus she streams like 6 hours every day.
That's usually how my lives are. My longest live to date right now is 13 and a half hours long. I've done lives on YouTube longer than some people have worked a full-time job in a day. They can go to work for an 8-hour shift.
Yeah,
Before they go to work, they'll start watching my live streams. When they get home, I'm still live. When they're getting ready to go to bed to start to go to work the next day, I'm still live. Like I tell people, if you're going to make YouTube a career and you want to make money and you want to build your channel, you have to invest the
yeah.
time. We'll talk all about that because I see Kelly Caldwell is in here. I know he's curious to see what I got to say. I've been trying to get him to fire up his live stream for a week now. Like I
Yeah.
tell everybody, stop procrastinating. The longer you procrastinate and the longer it takes you to find out the stuff that you got to do, that's only putting you more behind the power curve.
Yeah.
For me, it's almost become a full-time job because a lot of people come into my live streams and they're like, now I see why you get the views you do. Because I'm a very energetic person. I'm a very outspoken person.
Yeah, me too.
I have no filter. I swear a lot. I use
Yeah.
a lot of dry humor. And like I tell everybody, if you have thin skin, cussing, swearing, and dry humor offends you, my channel is not for you. But there are a lot of people out there that find that entertaining, and that's what draws the crowd.
Yeah, I say how it is, and a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, that's well.
Yeah.
See, most people don't know my background. Okay, I was a federal cop in the military for almost 22 years, so I'm retired military. I've been around the block and then some. So I'm used to all walks of life, and there isn't much that phases me.
No. Hi, Corner Clubhouse.
So, I'm used to all walks.
You got two channels on?
Yeah, he
Corner
needs
Clubhouse,
to.
you got two
He needs
channels?
to mute
Oh,
his.
yeah.
Let me get rid of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
got to
muted
mute
him.
the YouTube.
Yeah, I moved him.
StreamYard.
Hi, Big John D. Yeah, quite a few
Big
people
John
coming
D,
in.
what's going on? Big John D's a close friend of mine. He was just down here at my house. He lives up in Indiana, Illinois area. He was down here for a week. Him and another friend of mine hanging out with me. We got together for a week and we do our little RC car thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you get a lot of views on your RC cars. I noticed that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
And like
big
I
time.
said, it's one of those things that I cannot stress enough to people because I'm really winding down in my YouTube. I don't know if I want to call it a career. I don't do YouTube as much as I used to. In the past, it was a 7-day-a-week, thing for me. I've accomplished what I've wanted to accomplish in YouTube. Now I just sit back and I do my hobby, post my videos, do my lives, and I let my channel speak for itself.
Right.
If people enjoy what I do, the followers will come. It's one of them things that for, people wanting to build their channels, what I see today, people do not put forth the effort or the effort they need to. Everybody wants to make money on YouTube, but the majority of the people that I see doing YouTube that visit my channel and are always asking me, well, hey, can you take a look at my channel, sit in on one of my lives and, look at my content, look at my views, and how do you think my channel's doing?
Right.
And like I tell everybody, the thing to remember with me is I'm a very outspoken person. I'm probably going to say things you don't like, but I'm not saying them to be mean. I'm just giving you the wholehearted truth when it comes to YouTube.
Right.
Okay. And sometimes that's what people don't want to hear. But
Yeah.
if you don't want to hear that, then you're not going to go anywhere on YouTube, because
No.
I'm not a master at YouTube, but I've been doing this long enough where I can look at anybody's channel and I can tell you within 5 minutes exactly of what you're doing wrong, from your header, your demeanor, what you're talking about, all that stuff.
Right.
I'm by far not perfect. And I'll be honest, I know more of what others are doing wrong than I apply to my own channel, because I've applied all that stuff in the past. I found out in the past what worked and what didn't. And when I changed that, my channel started on a steady slope, and then I just watched it take off from there. And I was like, wow, when you start playing around with different stuff, you will actually be amazed at how you can build your channel when you're doing the things you're supposed to do.
Right.
So we'll get into this and start talking about this, because you've got quite a few viewers. So
yeah. If you got any questions, people in the chat, just ask Nitro. He knows quite a bit.
Yeah,
about
if you have to, John, you can read the comments of what people are asking. And I'm going to tell you right now, I will talk. You'll just have to tell me, hey, you're just going to have to tell me, hey, shut the fuck up. Let me answer this guy's question, and then we'll roll on for there, because
Okay.
I'm going to try to cover all the basics in a short amount of time. I can turn this into a 5-hour long live feed, but we're not going to do that.
No.
I'm going to talk about with you guys the basic stuff to get, and then we can talk about a lot of the other stuff as you guys do more lives, and if I come in on a guest and all that stuff. But what we're going to start with is, because this is the biggest question I get asked all the
Are you froze up?
Yeah.
So how are you doing, Corner Clubhouse?
Not too bad, John. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, not too bad. I fell in the bathtub a couple days ago, so.
All right, are we back? I lost my internet for a
Yeah,
second.
you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, my internet right now for some reason is, my internet's very spotty. We're probably getting ready to get a storm. It got really dark outside all of a sudden a little bit ago.
Yeah, here too.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain coming up this week. But anyways, back to what I was saying. A lot of people are always asking me, is like, how do you not have a ton of videos out, but yet you have a lot of views and you have a lot of people that come in on your lives? The biggest thing to start out with, and again, I want to stress this, not everybody's like me. Everybody is different. I'm going to tell you what worked for me, and then everybody can build off from there. But one of the key things in being a creator in YouTube that I have found over the years, you have to have some kind of personality. If you are a quiet, boring person, nobody's going to watch your channel. It's like when you go to watch a movie on Netflix that just does not interest you, does not wow you. How long are you going to watch that movie for before you just turn it off and find something else that is more exciting?
Almost like a B movie. I call them B movies.
Exactly. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
A lot of people, And I'm gonna touch on that a lot because I see this as being one of the biggest things with a lot of people's channels out there. And I don't mean it to be rude, but sometimes they're boring. You know, part of YouTube is you're trying to attract people to your channel. You're trying to gain viewers. If you cannot grab the viewers' attention, what is keeping them there watching your channel?
Right.
Zero. Nothing. You are not going to have any viewers. Nobody's going to stick around. The only people that you're going to attract, okay, are the ones that are what I call sub hunting. And sub hunters are the worst people on YouTube, in my opinion. I don't mean that negative to everybody because let's face it, there's 5 million channels out there that everybody uses to say, I help YouTubers grow. I help smaller channels grow. That's fine and dandy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a double-edged sword because I see more people when they do that, they're more focusing on helping others and they're doing jack shit to help their own channel. Why are you going to help others? Let me rephrase this. Let me say this. It's not bad to help others, but you have to do it in moderation. If all your channel is about is helping others, how is your channel ever going to succeed if you're not doing anything for it? So along comes that question people will ask, well, I feel I'm helping my channel if I'm helping others. Yes and no. You're helping others gain viewers by promoting their channel and dropping their link, but in the same sense, are them same people when they're doing a video or dropping a link, are they helping promote you? You will find that 9 times out of 10, out of every 10 people that you promote on your channel, 1 to 2 people will actually re-promote you on their channel. It is a proven fact that not everybody will do it. You know why? Because they're looking at if they can just come into your channel and you drop their link and get them all the subs in the world, then that's the only work that they need to do to build their channel. That's where people get lazy in YouTube. There's too many creators out there that rely solely on going into someone else's channel that helps promote smaller channels. We've all seen it where you see people constantly beg in their channels, drop my link, promote me, so-and-so, sub to me, this, and that. Yeah. That gets so old and boring, it's pathetically unreal. It is pathetically unreal. And again, I'm not saying this to be mean. It will make sense to you guys. Some of the stuff I talk about, if you look back to channels that you've watched and even look at your own channel, I guarantee you everybody has seen this stuff with their own eyes or they've seen it happen on their own channel. That's the way YouTube is. Right. So let's back up a little bit. Let's cover some of the basics on getting your YouTube channel started. This is the biggest mistake or the biggest thing wrong that I see with everybody's channel. Well, I don't want to say everybody's, a good majority of everybody's channel that I look at. When I visit a lot of live feeds, okay? And one thing that I see is a lot of people, they fire up a live, they're very quiet, and what they're doing is they're just sitting there, and all they do is read every comment that everybody posts in their chat. And they will sit there like a bump on a log and be like, okay, Nitro Freak says, what's up? Raquel says, hey, everybody, what's going on? Look, everybody knows how to read. Everybody should know what's being said in the chat. The creator needs to put some spice into their channel. Don't sit there for an hour and read every single thing that everybody types in your channel. How exciting is that? Do you guys feel that that's exciting at all to go into a live and just sit for an hour and just listen to somebody read the comments that you can read yourself in their channel? I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. You can do it, but don't focus. If like some people will set a time frame, they're like, okay, I'm only going to do a live for an hour. If you sit there for a straight hour and all you do is say, please go visit so-and-so's channel. And then, so-and-so makes a comment and you're reading the comment. Well, that's fine. But what are you doing for that hour that you're alive to help build your channel?
Yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh
You,
yeah,
you,
of course.
you gotta be proactive, okay? So the biggest thing to start out with when you start a YouTube channel, you gotta say, what in the hell am I gonna do on YouTube? What is my channel gonna be about? And the funny thing is, there are so many people that I see that say, yeah, I'm doing this because I want to make money. I want to have as many followers as I can, and so on and so on. But their YouTube channel makes no sense. They have
Right.
no rhythm. They have no theme. What I mean by that, John, let's use your channel for an example. You do models.
Right.
I can tell you right now, model building is one of the biggest things in the world, okay? It's what you call a hobby. 99% of the people in the world that do YouTube have a hobby. That's what they do their YouTube channel on. And when I say hobby, that's whether or not you like cooking or you like rocks or walking on the beach and collecting shells. It doesn't matter what it is. But the key thing is, before you start a YouTube channel, you got to say to yourself, what is my channel going to be about? What am I going to talk about? What am I going to make videos on?
Right.
You got to pick stuff that is going to wow people. You got to pick stuff that people are going to want to watch. Okay? So we'll use your channel as an example. Okay? You doing models. You can make your channel about model building. If that's what you love doing, okay, that's what
Right.
I would suggest your channel be about. If your channel is going to be about just talking about everyday life things that go on, then that's what so-and-so's channel should be about. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's a cool hobby or a boring talk show. Whatever your channel's about, there's going to be people that are into that. As much as we hate to admit it, I mean, you could have a damn YouTube channel on how to change your underwear and change socks, and there will be people that will watch it. I shit you not. There is literally a YouTube channel for everything in this world. You got to figure the billions and billions of people that are on this earth that do YouTube. There are so many people in YouTube today. It's very hard to do something that no one else has ever done out there. It's nearly impossible. There is nobody on. I don't feel that there's anybody on this earth that can do a YouTube channel on something that has never been done before. It's near impossible. You have every country, every male, female, all walks of life, nationalities, doing everything there is in this world to do a YouTube channel on. That's how YouTube started. That's how it all started. Somebody just doing what they love and putting it on video in God's hope that people are going to watch it and give them some attention. So backing up to what I'm talking about, the very first thing before starting a YouTube channel is you got to figure out what your channel is going to be about.
Yeah, I was thinking of starting like a build series, but do it live.
That would be a perfect thing. Okay.
And then maybe do it as a joint partner. Like say,
When
if
I
you
was
want to
talking-
build something that
when I
I
was-
want to build, then we can build it together at the same time.
Exactly. When I was talking with you the other day, when I learned that you're one of those guys that's very meticulous about how you build your models, that is the perfect way to be. Doing the wiring, the plumbing, showing every detail on your model, okay? And the reason why I say that is you can take your channel where you're doing that, and you can take another guy's channel who's building a model, and if all he does is just, slap some paint on it and put it together how it is out of the box, how a normal person would build a model, that's cool and dandy. But then you come over and watch your channel where you're showing every fine detail on how to build that model. And if you can explain what you're doing, I promise you, people are going to find your model building a lot more entertaining than the guy that's doing the bare minimum. It's all about putting forth the effort. Your channel is only going to grow and be as good as it can be if you are putting in the work. If you are not putting in the work and you are relying on everyone else to build your channel is going to go nowhere. It is a proven fact. People have tested that theory long before Nitro Freak ever came to YouTube. That's how I learned a lot of this stuff. Okay. I learned a lot of this through others and through a family member that I had that has worked for YouTube for a while. One of my cousins out of Rochester, New York. I learned a lot of what you got to do on YouTube and what I was doing wrong. And I look at a lot of people's channels, and you can always find something wrong with somebody's channel. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but everybody always has room for improvement whatsoever.
Absolutely.
So now, once you've picked what your channel's going to be about, okay, this is the big thing that I see where a lot of people go wrong. When people finally come up with what their channel is going to be about, it is crazy because they all stray away from what their initial intentions were. Right, and what I mean is if somebody says, let's take a cooking channel. They're like, okay, my channel is going to be about cooking. This is what I want to make my channel on. And they do a live and they talk about a little bit about cooking, and they might do a video or two, but eventually in the end, as they go on, you will see a lot of people that don't show anything cooking related anymore. Now they're just talking about life. They're talking about the president, what a shitty job he's doing, the high gas prices, a murder on 34th Street. That's fine. But the thing is, biggest key to remember is if you tell anybody out there that my channel is about building models, all right, when they find your channel, that's what they're expecting to see. If they see everything else but you building a model, how many of them people do you think are going to come back to your channel? That's what we call clickbait.
So the hashtags have to be related to your model.
Okay, right? I'm going to touch on that. We're going to go into that here in a second.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, John.
What's up,
Kelly?
Nitro.
Hi, Corner Clubhouse. Nice to meet you all finally.
Clickbait is the one thing you do not ever want to do. There is so much of that out in YouTube. It is unreal. People hate that. A lot of people use it to attract viewers. It works for that video, but in the end, people are going to remember the guys that use clickbait. We'll talk more about that later. But after you figure out what your channel is going to be about, and let's say you want to set up your first live, okay, what I suggest people to do, and especially if you're people that have a short attention span, that are all over the place in their lives that can't focus, write down on a piece of paper, make a plan of if you set a timeline of an hour. Now, again, this sounds good in a perfect world. It doesn't always work out this way, but I'm trying to lay down a platform for people to follow. Once you do it more and more, and you find your trend of how to do it, you will learn how to make it work for you. I did the same thing in the beginning. When I started my channel, I found that just getting on a live camera and talking to people doesn't cut it, because you ramble all over the place. People can't follow you, and your channel becomes jumbled. So it's a very good idea until you get used to doing YouTube. And I'll be honest, people that have been doing YouTube for 5-6 years still do this to this day. They just, either they don't care or that's how they want to run their channel. If that's how you want it to be, that's fine. It's not how it has to be, because again, your channel is only going to be as good as you make it, period, hands down. Nobody can make your channel succeed but you, period. Others can help, and it does take others. One thing you'll see if you ever visit any of my lives, I always thank all my viewers at the end of my stream, and I have the same saying that I always say that I've been saying for years. At the end of my live stream, I tell everybody, thank you for visiting my live. Thank you for supporting my channel, because without my viewers, I don't have a channel, period.
Right.
And then that's a fact. If you don't have viewers that are going to stick around to engage in your channel, then you're never going to have a channel that's going to go anywhere. So how do you get them viewers to keep coming back? Okay, right. That's what we're trying to build on. So after you figure out what your channel is going to be about, okay, Make a plan. What the hell are you going to talk about for an hour? I know to some that may seem like it's kind of hard to do, but it's not as hard as you really think it is. Again, this is where it comes in. You have to put forth the effort for your channel. And if you're not going to do that, then you suffer the consequences of your channel being whatever it is, whatever the outcome of it's going to be.
Right.
Only you can change that. Nobody can do that for you. So once you figure out what your channel is going to be about, make a plan of what you're going to talk about and stick to that plan. If you open up your opening session with, and I do advise this, one thing I do when I start my lives, I go live. When I'm on camera, I wait about 5 minutes. I don't jump right in as soon as I'm live and start rambling and talking about what I want to talk about. Because 9 times out of 10, not everybody out there has seen your notification. You might only have one or two viewers. So you don't want to have to keep repeating yourself in your live about what's going on. Give it some time. It's good to give a little background about yourself, your channel, what your intentions are. Wait 5-6 minutes. Let 10-15 people come in. If all you get is 5 to 6 people, and that's what you normally have, then you wait, till you get your normal 5-6 people. Then you roll on with your channel. Otherwise, if you start talking for 5-10 minutes and you only got 1-2 people in there, and then 10-12 people come in 5 minutes later, they don't have a fucking clue of what the hell you've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. They're just completely lost.
Yeah,
so what's going to happen is then you're gonna feel the need to repeat yourself to get everybody caught up, and then usually what happens is your whole plan that you had mapped out in your head, if you don't write it down on paper, has gone out the window, and you're talking about something totally different than what your intentions were when you first started doing your video. Okay, I see that happen in so many live feeds that a lot of them, it gets just so messed up and so out of whack. I watch for 5-10 minutes and then I roll out and I go to the next channel. Me personally, I try to support everybody that supports me and everybody that I sub to. It is hard because I have a vast crowd of people that I tailor to, from drag racing to hot rods to fishing to guns and ammo to any wheeled motorsport, filming at a drag strip, or working on my hot rods at home, building my RC engines and cars at home. So a lot of times it's hard for me when I do my YouTube, because I, on a normal average, can have anywheres from 10 steady people up to 80 to 100 people in there. And I try to want to include everybody so that everybody can stay on par and up to date of what's going on. Having to constantly repeat myself does me no good, does the viewers no good, does my channel no good. Now, again, in a perfect world, it's not always going to be like that, because you're going to have people that'll searching around and just happen to find your channel and come in at odd points of time. And no one's ever going to be there from the start to finish all at one time.
Right.
But in saying that, what you're building is, the more structure you have when these new people come in, that's what's going to make them want to come back. They're going to look at your channel and say, this guy's got it figured out. He's got a plan. He's energetic. He stays engaged. And this is one thing I want to touch on. Staying engaged with your viewers. If you're fiddling around on your phone or looking at the ceiling or going quiet and all that, that's what we call dead airspace and downtime. Not everybody can sit and watch a live feed or a video for a straight hour. Some people only have 10 minutes. They might be on their lunch break at work. They see somebody they enjoy watching go live. They want to try to get as much out of that video as they can. It's not impressing them if you're sitting there doing nothing on your live or in your video, because you're doing everything else but entertaining your viewers. And let's face it, that's what YouTube is. We're entertainers. We're creators that make videos. We do live feeds, but we're entertainers. That's exactly what it is. And I don't think a lot of people look at it that way. You have to entertain your crowd. You want to get those people to come back and return every single time you fire up a live. Every time you post a video, the object is, if you're monetized and you want to make money, You got to be bringing in them viewers. If you're not getting the views and you're losing viewers, you're not making any money. But how do you do that? You got to build your channel first, and it all has to start out with a plan that you have to stick to.
Right.
Let's back up. Let's back up a little bit. You figured out what your channel is going to be. You're going to fire up a live. Now, here is the big key thing that I can't stress enough. Your headers. Your header has to be perfect and spot on of what your live or your video is going to be about.
Right.
If not, trust me, I have played around with this for years that I've been doing YouTube. I have gone from putting the most stupidest headers to the most advanced ones, and I learned real quick playing around with with different headers and explaining what your channel is going to be about. That's what's going to attract people that are scrolling through YouTube, who are bored at home with nothing to do, and they're finding something cool to watch. For example, I see hundreds of people that do live feeds that all they put is, let's go live. Live on a Saturday night. Live on a Sunday afternoon. That does absolutely nothing for your channel. Reason is, it's going to make sense. You have them viewers out there that want to watch specific things. Okay? Here's where hashtags come in. For the viewers that are out there searching for specific things, that header that you create is kind of the algorithm in YouTube of what is going to pop in up on other people's feed. How this works is if, let's say I'm into cooking and all I watch is cooking channels. YouTube monitors my algorithm and sees every single YouTube page that I'm visiting and how much watch time I spend watching these channels. The algorithm sees that I'm doing nothing but watching cooking channels and watching them hours on end, 7 days a week. Then when I do my lives or my videos, the first thing I'm going to want to put in my header, because let's say I have a cooking channel, is today we're cooking seared mushrooms and T-bone steak.
Right.
People are searching that kind of stuff. Your video is going to pop up in their search engine. That's how they're going to find you. Everybody in the world does lives, okay? Where you got to be different than everybody else. Do not just put going live, okay? Because remember, when we come to our header, what did we say before? What is our channel about? Whatever your channel is about, that's not what you're always going to put in your header, but you need to find a way to incorporate that into your header. I'll give you an example. My channel that I'm trying to build now is mainly fifth scale 2-stroke gas RCs. These are some of the most expensive RC cars in the world. They can cost $2,000 all the way up to $8,000.
Wow.
When I do my videos, okay, most people that already know me and have been watching my RC content for a good while already know what my channel is about, because everything I do in my channel is gonna be
I'll be right back.
RC related. I'll wait for you. Go ahead and do what you got to do. You guys got any questions so far?
No, I like what you said. I agree with everything that you've been saying.
We haven't even scratched the surface yet, Kelly. We haven't even scratched the surface yet, brother. Let me tell you. If you heard what I said before you jumped on the camera, I could turn this into a 5-6 hour live to try to cover everything, and I still wouldn't be able to cover everything in one sitting. That's just the way it is. That's the big thing, man. So many people just have no idea how much time YouTube requires. I listen to a lot of people and say, I'm retired. I don't have a job. I got the day off. I got all the time in the world to do YouTube. But you will find that with everyday life, having a wife, kids, just things you got to do around the house, that's not everybody has the time they think they do. They want to try to invest that time, but it's nearly impossible. That's where you always got to find ways to work around that. There's ways to do it, but it's very time consuming, and you have to invest a lot of time in YouTube. you know, too many people out there think that their channel is going to grow huge if they go and visit these, what I call sub for sub channels.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All the people out there that claim to help others, yeah, they're helping. But with the way YouTube is working now, and this is something I really very ever say because it offends a lot of people. YouTube's algorithm has gotten so tight now, they're actually trying to shut down people that are doing this whole sub for sub deal, okay? That's what everybody does. That's how everybody builds their channels. But the problem is, YouTube sees that as a lot of people, that's not working to build your channel. Especially when you become monetized, YouTube wants you to work for your money. As I always say in life, there ain't a damn thing in this world for free, okay? YouTube sure the hell is not going to give you free money.
Mm-hmm.
We might think it's free by just taking our time to do the videos and do lives, but it's really not free because you're investing your life and your time
Yes,
doing that to earn that money.
that's correct.
One of the biggest things in life that we can never get back is time. Once time is gone and wasted, you don't ever get it back.
Don't I know that?
Seriously,
Don't I know it?
I could go on and on about that, but it's a fact. And that's what one thing a lot of people don't have that kind of outlook on life. Well, we're not going to turn. We could talk about life for days, so we're not going to get on that subject. Let's focus on. Again, you always need to focus. Let's focus. We talk about this at another date. But back to what I was saying before you left, John. Once you figure out what your channel is going to be about, then you got to come up with a good header. Okay, your header should always reflect what your channel is, or in fact, what you are going to talk about.
Right.
After that, when you start setting that up and you have to go through all the different YouTube things that you got to type in, hashtags are a big thing that tons of people never use. I'm going to tell you what, I never used hashtags up until about 2 years ago. All the years before I was doing YouTube, never did hashtags. Why? I was lazy. I'm going to tell you right now, I hate freaking typing. I cannot stand to type. When I sit in Kelly's live today and all the other days for hours, I'm pounding that man. Dude, fire up that fucking live stream, dude. Let's get on. Because I hate fucking typing. I would rather sit and talk to you all damn. I could talk to you for days, okay? I'm a public speaker. I spent 22 years in the military. I had to speak publicly in front of foreign soldiers, American soldiers for 22 fucking years, and I took college courses on public speaking. That's why I am the way I am. I'm a very animated, outgoing person. So why people love watching my channel. You gotta be energetic. You gotta have energy. You gotta make it lively. Not everybody is like me. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's good to try to add that in. Get excited. Get happy to be doing YouTube. Get happy to be in your lives. Something than just sitting back and being like, all right, today, guys, what to talk about. You see what I'm saying? See, people overlook that too much. And because they're set in their ways, they think that is okay because that is what they're used to doing. It's a trend. You got to break that trend, okay? Trust me, I'm sure you guys have seen many, many different YouTube channels where some people are just complete boring and some people are very energetic. Okay.
What about these silent live streams? Like
I don't know what the hell the purpose of anybody doing silent live. I know why they do them. It's for the watch time. Okay?
Watch hours.
People do that for the watch hours, but you don't get paid on watch hours. Okay.
No, I don't.
You don't.
That. I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah, YouTube. See, what a lot of people don't know, there's some stuff I can put out, some stuff I really shouldn't. We're going to cover a lot of it, but the silent lives, the whole, we'll cover that stuff later. I'm going to get sidetracked here because I got a million things and I'm trying to stick to a plan. And that's what I'm going to preach to you guys. Stick to a plan. You got your channel. You got your header set up. Now you got to do your hashtags. Hashtags are a very big thing because Hashtags are a very big part of social media. All around the world, everybody uses hashtags. And social media arose back in the 90s, the first chat rooms, back when MySpace was around and Facebook come about. You see hashtags on everything all over the world now. Hashtags are a big thing of what people use to search what their interests are, okay? Me being in RC racing, RC building, when I want to find certain channels, hashtags is what I'm looking at. Who out there is using these hashtags? I would feel that they know enough that if they're using these certain hashtags, then that's what their channel is about. That's what's going to attract me to your channel. Something specific that I'm looking for. And that's one big thing that a lot of people look past is they don't use hashtags in their videos. And the biggest thing is you can't just throw any old hashtag out there. Your hashtags have to correlate what your live is at that time. Like, for example, I explained this to Kelly in his live feed earlier today. He used live on a Sunday evening. But I asked him, did you use the hashtag live streaming? I can't remember if you said or if you did or you didn't.
I did not.
I think you said you didn't. So again, your hashtags need to reflect what your channel and your headers about. Because again, for example, if you have a cooking show, you got to use hashtags that have to do with cooking because that's what people are looking for. One of the biggest downfalls is, and I've seen people do this, they will research out the most popular hashtags out on the market that everybody's using, and they will use them on their channel thinking that it's going to draw in a shitload of viewers. And trust me, it will. Here's the downfall. When you use them hashtags and you attract those viewers that are coming because of the hashtags that you're using, and then when they watch your friggin' channel and find out that your channel has nothing to do with the hashtags that you're using, you can pretty much, you're going to be labeled as one of those clickbait guys or clickbait gals. And they're never going to come to your channel again because anyone that's been in social media is smart enough to know that that is the game that is played. The goal is have as many viewers, have as many, subs that you can, and they know people are going to manipulate the whole header and hashtag thing, clickbait as we all call it, to draw in the viewers. Don't be that guy and don't be that girl because that will destroy a channel quick as anything. I'll give you a good example where it's used a lot. In my hobby, in RC cars, I see a lot of people that will use their picture that they post as their thumbnail when you're searching it on YouTube, and they'll put a header like world's fastest RC car goes up in flames from hitting a brick wall. Then you click on the video and you go and look at the video, and it's an RC car that barely was doing 5 miles an hour. It hit a brick wall, bounced off it. It didn't go into flames, didn't even break. Okay, now you got people pissed off because they're like, what the fuck? What is this shit? This guy's putting this exciting fucking header and thumbnail. That's the kind of shit I want to see. And they go click on it, and I'm like, oh man, fuck that channel. Man, they're gonna flag that channel, and that'll be one person that never goes back to that channel again. You lost one viewer. Every viewer you lose that's against your channel. That's money going down the drain when you're monetized. You want to attract viewers. So you got to be honest in what you do. You got to make your header reflect your thumbnail vice versa reflect the header reflecting your hashtags, all that good stuff. Okay? A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, as I was saying earlier on in the stream, they want it to come easy to them. So a lot of people feel, well, if I just go into somebody's channel that's promoting channels, I'm going to walk out of there with 15, 20 viewers. You can walk out of there with 100 viewers if there's 100 or 200 viewers in that channel at that time. It doesn't matter if every fucking person in there subscribes to you or doesn't subscribe to you. But now, let's just say they do. Let's say you're in a channel that has 200 people. You're in there begging, doing whatever it is you do, or the host is dropping your link like crazy and telling all his viewers, hey, well, everybody on my channel, please go to so-and-so's channel and subscribe to him. So everybody does that. I promise you what's going to happen is the next day or within 5 hours to 10 hours, you will lose all 200 people. Here is a big thing that people do not realize, okay? And YouTube actually has videos on this if you search it. I didn't know about this until about 4 years ago myself. And YouTube has tightened up on it a lot more now. When I was referring to the whole sub for sub channels, trying to get rid of them, here's why. YouTube wants you to grow, but you absolutely cannot grow too fast. And what I mean by growing too fast is if you're somebody who's had a channel for a year or even a couple of months, the algorithm, when it scans your channel, they see a pattern and a trend. This guy has 100 subscribers. He's been on YouTube for, let's say, a year. His average subscribers is 2 to 3, maybe a week. Okay? That's the algorithm that is set on your channel. If you haven't put forth the effort and done anything to really build your channel, and your channel stays at a steady constant 2 to 3 subs a week, now what happens, you're searching YouTube and you find one of these whole sub for sub channels. Naturally what happens, you're gonna have people subbing to you left and right, dropping your link. When you go into that channel and you get 15 subscribers in a matter of minutes, YouTube sees that and it flags your channel. I'm sure everybody has seen others complain about, why did I get 10 subscribers today and I woke up tomorrow and they were all gone? Have y'all seen that? Everybody experienced that with losing subscribers?
Oh, yeah.
This is what's happening, and this is why this happens. People don't know this, but the algorithm, okay? The whole algorithm thing sees a trend pattern in your channel. And when they see a stupid, ridiculous upward spike in your channel with subscribers, the algorithm thinks one of two ways. Either you went on Google and found one of them $24.95 sites that you can buy 100 subs, which you can do.
Yeah.
The algorithm is looking at either you bought them subs or you were doing the whole sub for sub thing. They're not saying it's illegal, but the thing to keep in the back of your mind, you don't want to get too many subscribers a day. Now, I know people would ask, well, how do I know how many subscribers I should be getting and I shouldn't be? That's very hard to tell, but if you're somebody who is constantly losing subscribers, then whatever you're doing that day or the previous days, obviously you're doing it too fast. And that's why you're losing them subs. I see that on a daily basis. Why am I losing subs? I'm not going in and visiting these channels no more because people are either unsubbing to me. I'm constantly losing all my subs. It happens on a daily basis with everybody. And the reason is, especially if you're monetized, YouTube wants to pay you, okay? But what people need to realize, how people get paid is through ads that you allow YouTube to play on your lives after they've been posting, the live is over, or the videos you post. That's pretty much how you're making your money, through YouTube. Now, the external ways are through super stickers, super chats, donations, memberships, and all that kind of stuff. Even the people that have a Patreon. I don't know if you guys know what Patreon is.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Patreon, or if you'll see a lot of people try to beat the system, and instead of doing the super stickers, they want to donate money. A lot of guys will drop their PayPal account URL in their channel and say, hey, don't, and this is what I tell a lot of my subscribers, do not give me super stickers, do not give me super chats, don't give me any donations through YouTube. I don't want YouTube to have y'all's money. If y'all are being kind enough to make a donation to me and want me to have that money,
pay it directly to me because YouTube is taking. It used to be 30%, and from listening
Now
to
it's
what Kelly,
50%.
yeah, what Kelly was saying earlier today in his live, he gets 50% taken from him.
Wow.
That
Wow.
hasn't caught up to me because I get donations. I've never had 50% taken from me. Okay. I don't know why you're having 50% taken from you. That's kind of got me baffled. I'd probably want to contact YouTube, and you can do that, and you can ask that question when somebody sends you a super sticker. They'll pretty much tell you how much of that portion of the money that you will get. I've never heard of them taking 50%, but even still at 30%, most people, like if they donate $10 to you, after YouTube takes their cut, they're going to take 4, you're going to get 6. That might not seem big to some people, but to a lot of people out there, that's a lot of money, if you're trying to rely on the money that you're making off of YouTube to either live off of or pay your bills, okay?
Is that somebody you know, Nitro Freak?
Yeah, there's a lot of
157?
my followers up in here right now. I've noticed it.
Yeah.
They're probably going to act like clowns.
Is there some channels out there that are not legit?
Oh, there's a lot of channels out there that are not legit.
And so if they're not legit and they subscribe to you, then
That's when you will find
That's
when you will find a lot of your subscribers missing the next day.
yeah,
Okay.
That's what I thought.
You'll see a lot of channels out there, and I'm not gonna say this for 100% because I don't want to offend anybody watching, but I have noticed a lot of the foreign channels out there, especially on the Philippine side, that use these vlog accounts and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You'll see a lot of them people will sub to you and they'll be gone within 2-3 hours. Okay. They want you to sub to them. When you do that, all right, if you guys ever noticed that when you have sometimes comments left on your videos, it's like an ad or a porn bot or it's in all foreign language, that's what's happening. Some of these foreign channels that are visiting your channel, okay, it's an automated system that is talking to you like a real person. You go sub to them, boom, they got you, okay? Now what's happening, it's allowing that account, it's like a phishing account. Now it's allowing that account, whenever you do a live, you'll see these crazy bots always popping up in your lives. You'll see these stupid comments left by what looks like real people, but it's not. That's where you're getting that from. A lot of people don't know that. You gotta, one thing, here's my big thing with my channel. I tell people, okay, we're kind of getting a little sidetracked, but I do want to put this out. Like with my channel, I've done everything I've wanted to do on YouTube. I don't spend as much time doing YouTube anymore like I used to. I've gotten bored with it because I have invested a lot of my life in YouTube, okay? There was a point in time I was doing lives 7 days a week, 3 times a day, 6 to 7 hours. I would wake up, do a live when the sun come up, and be getting off, going to bed when the sun was coming back up the next morning. Not everybody has that time to invest. I did it for a long time. I made a lot of good money that way, but that's the kind of shit you got to do if you want to get paid. I'm not bullshitting people when I say it's long hours and it takes a lot of time if you want to build a big channel and you want to make some type of money. It's just the way it is. And you'll find that 90% of the people out there do not have that time to invest. The ones that do, there are a lot of creators out there that YouTube is their full-time job. They make a shitload of money, but you'll find when you look at them channels, those people that are 50,000 subs, 2 million subs, they ain't been doing YouTube for a couple of months. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Okay, they ain't new to the game. They've made every mistake. They figured out everything that worked, and they figured out everything that didn't work. And it was up to them to be creative and change that shit to find out what was going to work for them and what was going to build their channel. Some people can do it pretty quick. Some people, it takes years to figure out how to build their channel. That's just the way it is. It's a double-edged sword. It's not always going to work the way we want it to, but that's why you are labeled as a creator. You got to get creative. You got to find a creative way to make your channel survive. Because I'm going to tell you, for every great channel that's out there, there's 10, 12 channels that sink and just crash and burn. Okay. That's the way it is. So the biggest thing is, like with my channel, I tell people, don't subscribe to my, I appreciate it. People want to be supportive. Hey, you sub to me, I'll sub to you. I don't like that whole sub for sub thing. And I'm going to tell you why. I only want people to sub to my channel that are going to be supportive and play a role in what I do. If you're just there to sub hunt, I don't want no part of you. That may sound bad and it may sound rude, but the fact of the matter is, I'm here to make money. I'm here to build my channel, okay? I'm not here to waste my time and have my channel fail. And that's the mindset you've got to have that mindset, okay? That's a mindset that a lot of people do not have, okay? Your channel has to come first, period. Otherwise, why in the hell are you doing YouTube? If you're going to waste all your time building up everybody else and you're not going to do anything for your own channel, why are you even doing YouTube?
Right.
Yeah.
Some would disagree with that and they'll say, well, it's just what I like doing. Okay, if that's what you like doing, fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can pretty much guarantee your channel is never going to be big. You're never going to take the world by storm. You're not going to be doing something spectacular that everybody else in the world isn't already doing. It's facts, okay? It's
Right,
facts.
right.
Like I say, it may offend some people, but I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to be blunt. These are the things that people need to learn that they don't know. Problem with the world today is everybody wants everything sugar coated for them and set in a nice little way for their safe space and all that. That's not real world, okay?
Nope.
I've been
Yeah.
around the world and back. I spent my whole life in the military. I've been to some of the shittiest dirt podunk countries to some of the most richest countries in the world. I've seen all walks of life. I know how the world works. That's why I've gotten to be the way that I am. I'm a no holds barred, straight up, outspoken person, and you know that's the way it is. You've got to
Right.
be that way.
Yeah, I've been on YouTube since 2014.
Yeah. A lot of people have been on YouTube since the dawn of time, but the channels never went nowhere. Back then, a lot of people didn't care. Now you're looking at the economy, how people are having a hard time finding work, or they're getting laid off from their jobs, or getting their hours cut. They got to find another means to make money. YouTube is always portrayed as the easiest way to do that, and I'm going to tell you that's bullshit. Flat out, it's
Oh, I know.
bullshit. It is
I-
not an easy
I
way
know.
because if you aren't working an 8-hour job, you better have your ass 10 to 12 hours in front of that camera wowing people with something. Otherwise, you ain't making no money. That's just the way it is, guys. Seriously. So back to what I was saying about how, you know, like I tell a lot of people, I don't want you to sub to my channel unless you're going to be part of it, because here's the thing, guys. YouTube works off of how you get paid is, like I said earlier, not only once you're monetized, which you got to have 1,000 subs. So before that happens, you got to find a fucking way to wow the world to get you to 1,000 subscribers. That's the fucking hard part in itself. What comes even harder now is now that you hit 1,000 subs and you file for the whole monetization thing, now what are you going to do to get that money rolling? See, everybody thinks, okay, the mission is to hit 1,000. I'm going to be rolling in the dough. That is so far from the truth. It's not even funny, because there's people out there with 15 to 40,000 subs that make $0. And you know why that is? I noticed this, and again, nothing against you, Kelly. This is one thing that struck me weird about your channel. You have over 9,000 subs, but every time I'm in one of your live feeds, you maybe at the most have 9 to 10 people. That's got to make you wonder why that is. I'm gonna tell you why that is. There's a couple of reasons of why that happened. One of the biggest reasons is, now I've never looked at your About You to see how many years you've been in YouTube. A lot of that could be inactive channels. Channels that sub to you that are no longer active, they don't use them. That's one of the biggest key things that is happening now. And that is another reason I forgot to say. That's also another reason why a lot of people are losing subscribers, because YouTube is now what they're doing. Their algorithm is going and is scanning every channel in the world on YouTube. When they see that some of these channels that are out there have been inactive for a year, 2 years, 3 years, usually it's like 2 to 3 years if your channel's inactive. If you haven't signed into it, you haven't posted a video, you haven't done a live in 2 to 3 years, the channel gets automatically deactivated. And one day when you come by to sign in, the channel ain't going to be there. It's going to say that it was deactivated by Google, because Google is who owns YouTube. So that's one of the big things that happens. Now, another thing is, back to what I was saying, why I don't want people to sub to my channel unless you want to be part of it and you're going to be proactive in my channel, is yes, you can have all these people in the world sub to your channel. You can get 10, 20, 30,000 subs. But now, if those people come to your channel one time, sub to you, but never come back, yes, that sub, for the most part, will stay. You'll have the numbers, but you don't have the viewers. You don't have the watch time hours, because your channel, if you're somebody who knows how to read your analytics, and you go to your analytics page and you see your watch hours, watch time, you look at all the little graphs, pie graphs, spike graphs, and all that of how your channel is doing. That's one big thing in the world that nobody looks at.
I look at that stuff.
Yeah, creators need to. You need
I
to
look at that every day.
Yeah, people need to look at that every day to understand how that works, because that's going to help you figure out when your 9,000 viewers, what time are they online? Because there is a section in there that will tell you the peak time that your subscribers are online. That's one of the big things that I look at. I used to do lives all hours of the day. I stopped doing that. I stopped doing that when I figured out that little option that tells me 95% of my viewers watch my channel between 6 o'clock at night and 10 o'clock at night. So naturally, it would only make sense that when I'm going to drop a video or I'm going to do a live feed, I want to do it when all my subscribers are online. So when the notification goes out, they see it and they have the free time to jump in and watch it. That's where my views come in. Okay. If you're doing everything when your average viewers are not online, let's face it, we all sub to a shit ton of channels. So when you get your notifications of when somebody drops a video, when you drop your video for someone else to see it and that person subs to like 100 other channels, your notification has now got dropped to the bottom of the list, 100 channels over you. Most people do not go and scroll all the way through to see what every single friggin' person has posted for that day. That is a known fact. That's a little tip that a lot of people don't pay attention to. That's where using your analytics will help you, okay? And again, I say all this stuff because some people want to learn how to make their channel big and effective, and the things that I'm talking about is what's going to help you. And the others, if you're just content on doing what you're doing, then what I'm saying doesn't make a fucking bit of sense to you, and that's fine. You know, run, like I tell everybody, run your channel the way you want to. But if you want to grow and you want to be successful, a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about is what's going to help a lot of people get there. I know, because I look at a lot of people's channels and I'm not that hard to impress. But if I can only watch your channel for 2-3 minutes, and fucking something's wrong, okay? Because I'll watch anything out there. I'm retired. I've got nothing but time on my hand. But if I don't watch your channel because it's that damn boring, then that's a clear indication you need to fix something, okay? And that's what a lot of people don't do. You know, there's too many people that just like to sit there and go live, and, you know, they just, like, I was in a channel today, and it's somebody that I've been subbed to for almost 2 years. And I asked myself, it's a female, she's overseas, very nice lady. She's cool to talk to. She learned a lot of English from me, but she's got the boringest fucking channel on earth. And I say to myself, why am I still watching this shit? It's lucky she's a nice person and I like her and she's cool to talk to, you know, so I support her channel. But on an attention span to find something interesting in her channel, I can't find a fucking thing about it, because she has one of those channels where she fires it up and it starts out for like the first 15-20 minutes, one of them silent channels, puts on music and the camera is facing a white fucking wall. And I'm like, if I want to look at a fucking white wall, I'll go in and sit in my fucking bathroom and take a shit for an hour, and I'll stare at my fucking okay? Hey, I'm just telling you like it is, guys. I don't sugarcoat it. Then after about 15, 20 minutes, she'll put the camera on her and she'll be playing on her cell phone the whole time, playing video games. And it's like, I don't know how many people out there find it interesting to go watch a YouTube channel and they're going to sit and spend any lengthy amount of time out to watch someone else play on their fucking phone. Okay, if you're going to do that, the channel ain't going to go anywhere. And then these are the same people that say, well, I don't know why people don't sub to me. I don't know why I only get 2-3 viewers a day and I fire up a live 5 times a day. It's like, well, what interesting shit do you have on your channel to fucking watch, okay? And I know with the foreigners, it's kind of hard to explain too, you know, because they have a different mindset and mentality as Americans do. But yeah, it's I don't know. That's one of the big.
I was watching a silent live stream earlier, and somebody was sleeping and snoring at the same time.
Yeah, like I said, and see, here's the thing: a lot of people like to do them silent lives where they just fire it up because they think that. Yeah, you might get 200-300 people that pass through, but if they're only coming in and spending a minute or two in there, you'll get the view, but you're not going to get the watch hours, okay? Because YouTube has caught on to that. Pretty much to gain the watch hours time, you got to spend, I think, I've never really looked, but I've heard other people talk about it. It's kind of like when you watch somebody's video. If somebody drops a half-hour long video or 17 minutes or longer, you have to watch exactly 6 minutes and 35 seconds of that video for them to get that view and that view to stick. If you click on it, okay, and just hit the like button and roll out, they're not going to get that view because YouTube knows people do that. It's a way of fishing for views, and it's a way of fishing for subs. It's a big no-no with YouTube. YouTube is the people that created YouTube, especially the ones that have agreed to pay creators money to make YouTube. Trust me, they've got it all figured out. They know every, I don't want to call it a scam, but they know every trick in the book of how to manipulate the views, manipulate the subs with the whole sub for sub, the click on a video, hit the like, leave a quick comment, and roll out. They've caught on to all that over the years. Back before, there never used to be really an algorithm for YouTube. A lot of people wonder nowadays why this whole algorithm thing has came out, because Google owning YouTube, Google is who your AdSense is attached to. And for the people that are monetized, you'll know what AdSense is. That's how you get paid. That's where your checks come into your direct deposit and all that. They learned that in the past, they were shucking out a lot of damn money for guys that were doing nothing because so many millions of creators figured out how to manipulate the system. That's why a lot of people, you will now hear a lot of people talk about, well, I don't understand why no more than 6-7 months ago, I was making all kinds of money. I'm not doing anything different from what I was doing 6 months ago to what I'm doing today, and I'm barely making half of the cheddar that I was making 6 months ago. Why? Google AdSense has caught on to all the little walkarounds of all their algorithm thing. They put that algorithm in place, and that shit's tighter than Fort Knox. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. You know, that's the same reason why when I was talking earlier about you do that whole, sub to sub thing, and you get 20, 30 subs that in 10, 15 minutes or in that session that you're watching, and then the next morning you wake up, they're all gone. That's because the algorithm caught your channel. They're like, where the hell did this jackass get this fucking spike from? He's never had that many subscribers, in the past. Now he's got an upslope. But now with that doesn't happen all the time right away. The algorithm watches it. You kind of slip through the cracks at first. So what the algorithm does, from how I've paid attention to it, and I've seen it on a lot of people's channels, is like I was saying earlier, the smaller channels that only have a couple of hundred subs that normally only get like 3 to 4 subscribers a week. And then they find one of these channels, they're searching around on YouTube and they see the header. I help small YouTube channels grow. Oh shit, man, that's the one I'm going in right there. That's the channel they're jumping in. Drop my link, sub to me, all that bullshit.
Hi,
And now
training, live and Zelda.
Exactly. Now they walk. What's up, Zelda? Now they walk out of there with 20, 30 subs in a matter of 15, 20 minutes. So now they'll go on for a day or two, right? So the algorithm is going to look at that and they're going to say, okay, that night in a 10-minute session, that person that would only get 3 to 4 subs a week in 7 days now is getting 15 to 20 in 5 minutes. Okay. So then what happens is the next time that algorithm catches that person's channel and someone else's channel and getting them subs after they went 2-3 days, didn't sign into their YouTube and didn't get any subs, but then 3 days later go into a sub for sub channel and get 15, 20 again, they're going to flag that channel right there because it's growing too fast. That's how they list it. I always tell everybody, if you have 1,000 subs and you're monetized, a safe number, you want to try to make sure you're getting no more than 6 to 7 subs a day. If you have 1,000 to 2,000, you can bump that up by 2 or 3 subs for every 1,000 subs you have. So if you follow me, you got 1,000 subs, you can get 5 to 8 a day and you'll be good. If you got 2,000 subs, you could probably add on 1 or 2. If you're somebody who has 9,000 to 10,000 subs, but your channel is consistent and you're used to getting 5 to 10 a day, then you can get a lot more and not have the algorithm flag your channel and take them subs away. That's how everybody is losing subs because, let's face it, it was a small trend that started out first. And now it is such a huge fucking trend that everybody out there is doing this whole, I'm going to help your channel grow.
Yeah, lots of them.
Again,
like
I'm not knocking anybody that does that. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm attacking them. It's just facts. That's the way it is. Many people do not know that. YouTube is starting to catch on to that. And again, it affects the guys like us that are monetized, that we make money off of YouTube. YouTube automatically knows that the guys that are monetized, that earn money, we're going to try to get as many subs as we can, as many views as we can, so we get paid as much as we can. But YouTube does not want to make it easy for you. Again, what I said in the very beginning of the live stream, nothing is for free in this world. And fucking being monetized on YouTube sure the hell ain't either. A lot of people like to think it is, but it's not.
No.
Okay? So, you know, another thing. I don't want you to feel like I'm attacking you, Kelly. When I talked to you the other day and you told me in the beginning that you, at one point in time, you used one of them. What was the channel you used to help you get subs and views?
What was that? Promulta.
Yeah. Those promotional things out there, they used to fly in the past. I tell everybody, stay away from them today. I've legitimately seen channels with 20, 30,000 subs, good channels making money, use them, and YouTube nix their whole fucking channel, shut it right down on them, and deactivate the whole account.
Promulta is legal, though. If you
none of these channels are illegal. Trust me. You gotta think back to what I was saying earlier on how YouTube's paying you money. They don't like those, I call them booster channels. They're legal, but in a way they're fake. There's so many channels out there that you can go to and you Google search them, and they got these channels where you subscribe to this site and it tells you, okay, you go in there, I'm going to watch 10 videos. You watch 10 videos, subscribe and like to that channel, and we'll give you 50 subs for just liking and subscribing to 10 people. You know those channels I'm talking about? Those are phishing channels, is what we call them.
Well, like with Promulta, they do give you views, but I noticed when you're monetized, you don't get subscribers on it, and you don't get any revenue.
Exactly.
And
exactly. You know why?
That's why I don't do it anymore.
They're not real people. It's an automated system. They're not real. There are so many fake accounts out on YouTube that people don't even know the amount of fake accounts that are out there. It's just like, how do I put this?
They call them bots, don't they? Bot channels.
Yeah, it's part of it, but it's a little more to it. I don't know how to explain it. They've got these channels. It's what I call them phishing channels, because what it is there are channels out there that are active, but it's created by a program, and this program is ran by like what we would call back in the day hackers. Okay, they use these programs to phish people's personal info, bank accounts. It's like a scam that's ran, okay, but over a period of time, where this program brings these bots in and they will talk to you like they're humans. And what it is a program that's programmed to feed off of responses of humans that are conversing amongst themselves in the chat. It's like a learning program. It's like an AI is what it is. I didn't think this shit existed. I thought it was all bullshit till a buddy of mine sent me a link, showed me it. I actually talked to YouTube themselves and asked them about it. And I said, is this fact or is it bullshit? And they're like, oh, it's fact. Those are what our algorithm are geared to try to nix out of YouTube, because people use those programs to boost their views, boost their subs, and boost their money. And again, how do we get paid on YouTube? By how many views, how many subs, how many ads you allow Google to play on your video. Big thing is, I see a lot of people, 10,000, 20,000 subs, and say, how come I don't make any money? Like, I ain't been paid in 5-6 months. Well, you go and you look at a lot of these channels. They got a shit ton of subscribers, but they do a live. Okay, and how many people do you see in their live? 5, maybe 10.
Yeah.
And you got 10,000 subscribers. What's happening is they're either inactive channels or they're people that sub to you and never visit your channel again, because they were there just to get that whole sub hunting routine going on. Sub for sub. So now if you got 9,000 subs and 8,900 of them never visit your channel again, you drop a video, you do a live feed. Let's not use a live feed. Let's use a video, because that's more of how you get paid. And how many views you get on your video. You got 9,000 subscribers, but your video gets 60 views, maybe 100 views. You aren't going to make a dime, because really, to be honest, YouTube doesn't pay any good money until you at least have 1,000 views and more. You'll make a couple of cents, a couple of dollars on 600 views, 700 views. It's like we were talking earlier about the whole shorts. You said you had a short that you had 3,000 views, but you made like 2 cents off it. So what happened was YouTube a couple of months ago, when you open up your analytics page, or what you call your YouTube studio, they had a promotion on there where they told everybody that from now on, nobody was using the whole shorts thingy. So in a way to promote it, they were saying that now, if you post a bunch of shorts and you get a lot of views, now you're going to get paid through your shorts. I started doing my shorts when that happened, and I made a lot of good money on my shorts. But I'll be honest, see, YouTube now has fumbled the ball on that, because I don't think they're paying anybody for shorts anymore, because I looked at the last short that I had, it's got 15,325 views. And I made almost $63, I think it was, off that 15,000 person viewed short. I have a couple of other ones that are like 3,000, 1,500. And those ones, I got zero. I didn't even get a cent off them. So as far as the shorts, I don't think YouTube is paying for the shorts anymore. They were trying to use that as a promotion to boost people's YouTube, but I really haven't heard anybody talking about they're making any significant coin off of shorts. But now shorts is still a good thing to use. I love to use the shorts because it's a 15-second clip and you can get in a matter of like minutes, thousands or above. Because again, you got to remember the thing about YouTube. Everybody loves to watch YouTube. But when you or I sit here for 2-3 hours and do a live, ain't everybody got time in the world. If they're married, got kids, got a job, or what I like to say, I'm not being rude to nobody, but actually have a fucking life. You see what I'm saying? They don't got 2-3 hours to sit in front of a computer and watch somebody's live for 2-3 hours. Unless you're just a single man with nothing to do and you don't work, you're going to have that kind of time. So it makes sense what I'm saying. A lot of people like the YouTube shorts because that's a way to get connected to other channels. You can make 15-second clips about what your channel is about. And they can watch that fast and quick while they're on lunch break at work, while they're on the drive to work, on the drive home, whatever. They can watch it quick. It's quick, easy. Give it a like, throw a comment. But they don't got to sit there for 3 hours to see everything that's going to happen in that time frame. You'll see more and more people using shorts more now than ever. Even though a lot of us are not getting paid on them anymore, we still use them. I like to use shorts because when I put little clips of my RC cars or a drag car going down a drag strip, people that are interested in that, they're like, okay, well, that must be what that dude's channel is about. I love drag racing. Let me go check his channel. He goes and checks oh, damn, this guy's got a badass channel. I love drag racing. Let me sub to this guy. Then he tells his friends about it. Hey, man, check out this dude's channel. He's recording all the no preps, the street outlaws, and does RC cars, does hunting, fishing. It's kind of what I was talking about earlier on in the beginning of the live about figuring out what your channel is going to be about. Not everybody's into the same things, but the big thing is when you create a YouTube channel, you want to create something that people are going to watch. There's a lot of exciting shit out there, or I should say exciting topics, and then there's a lot of boring shit. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else, is making your channel more exciting and bigger than the next guy's. Hands down. If you ain't got an exciting channel and you're not doing the things you need to do, making proper headers, hashtags, all the other little stuff in there. Another thing too, when you guys drop a video or do a live, when you hit I want the video to be monetized, down at the bottom where it says run overlay ads or run ads at the beginning roll of the video, during the roll at the video, and at the end, make sure you're clicking all of them. Okay. A lot of people don't do that. Make sure all them boxes are highlighted, because the idea is you want YouTube to run as many ads on your channel as possible.
You mean for the hashtags, put 15 hashtags in there?
Yeah, I would use all 15. Whatever they allow you to have, use all 50. I fill mine right up.
What about your description? The description is up to...
Okay, so I'll give you an example of a description. So the video that I dropped today that you watched, that you commented on?
Yeah.
Now, when you watched that video, what did you see in that video?
You were talking to somebody and you were getting ready to get something revved up there.
Watch it all the way through, honestly, to see what was going on in the middle and the end?
No, I watched for like 3 minutes.
Okay. That's another thing, too. You want to support others? You got to be hitting that like button, and you got to watch their videos. You
all the way
I was
through.
talking about a couple of minutes ago about how people go in, hit the like, barely watch a couple of seconds of a video and roll out? That's not supporting people. They're not going to get the view. The like is not going to stick. I know a lot of people, again, it all comes down to time. They might not have time to do it, but if you don't have time to do it then, go back when you have downtime and watch it. So the point I'm trying to make, had you watched that video all the way through, you would see that me and my buddies, we were running gas-powered RC cars up and down in the field. That's what we do. Seeing that in the video, now you go and look at my header. My header reflected exactly what we were doing in the video. I listed it as, so Losi is an RC car brand name. The vehicles we were running were Losi 5T gas-powered trucks. So that's what I put in my header. When people watch the video, if they know about RC, then they know that those are Losi 5T two-stroke gas trucks. They look at the header, and the header says, the guy's ripping down the field, beating the hell out of the Losi 5T gas trucks. My header said that. You watch the video, that's what we were doing. That's also what I put in my hashtags. So for that, I would hashtag Losi, the brand name, hashtag bashing, hashtag Losi 5T, hashtag two-stroke, hashtag racing in a field, hashtag use a hashtag for whatever you got going on in that video. That is what is important, because many, many people out there search videos through hashtags. Again, to what I was saying earlier about, if you use hashtags that have not a fucking thing to do with what's in your video, you're going to be one of those guys that's going to be labeled as clickbait. He's using hashtags or he's using headers that have nothing to do with what's going on in his video. So again, to use an example, it's like me posting a video of me staring at a blank fucking wall and just sitting there, not saying a word, just staring at a wall. But then I go in there and I use a thumbnail picture of a dude on a machine gun blowing the shit out of a watermelon, okay? and then I use the header, 100-round drum being fired off in a Tommy gun at a watermelon. And then you go and you click on the video, and it's some jackass sitting here staring at a fucking white wall for 20 minutes. Where the fuck's the blown up watermelon? Where's the carnage? Where's the that's the shit I came here to see, and you see none of that. Clickbait, phishing, that's what people don't want to see. You do that a lot. I've seen people do it here and there, make it work for them. It does get people to come to your channel. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm saying this off the record. I'm saying don't use clickbait, but there is a way to do it and make it work for you. But you didn't hear that on here, okay? Don't be that guy is all I'm gonna say.
I don't like clickbaiting at all.
I don't do clickbait. I try to make my videos, my headers, my hashtags. Everything needs to correlate about what your channel is.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Do you remember the other day, Kelly, in your live feed, I asked you, I said, Kelly, what's your channel about? What do you do? And then you told me you talked about this, this, and this, right?
Yeah.
But in your past couple of lives, what have you done?
What I've been doing, because I ran out of things to talk about with
Okay.
the manifestation.
Exactly. So key thing is what your channel's about. Is that what you've been doing your last few videos?
No.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're not putting headers talking about manifestation and this, and that. And then if that's what interests somebody, you follow me? If people are looking for talks about manifestation, all that, that's what interests them. Then they click on your video and all they do is see you sitting there saying, oh, Nitro Freak's in the live. Let me drop his link. Hey, everybody, go sub to Nitro Freak.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pick on you, man. Don't take it that. I'm trying to help.
You're right. I
because this is what you're doing. This is what you don't want to be doing. We need to get you to totally revamp your focus, bro. Because
I want to.
You have a very small attention span as well. I noticed. I'm not trying to bust you out. Please don't take it that way. But I sit there and I watch you so many times, and I've typed in the chat and I said, Kelly, fucking stay focused. Because you'll sit there and you'll start talking, and then you'll just go silent and you start reading your phone. And I know when you're reading something, because with you, it's easy to see. I'm watching your lips move as they're closed. My wife says I do that when I'm laying in bed and I'm looking on Facebook and I'm reading posts. She's like, you ever notice? You always know when you're reading something because you're sitting there, your lips are moving to what you're reading.
Yes.
I see you do that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but that's how I know you're more focused on what's going on in your phone and not paying attention to your live. What I would like to see you do, try an experiment. Your next live, okay? Pick a topic, something that you feel interests you in your life, that excites you. There's There's got to be something that you really like doing that you want to share with the world, that you want to share with your viewers. Make a plan. Think of something to talk about. Do it in short spurts. I would like to see you get away from the whole nonstop helping everybody else. I'm
tired of doing that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but if I was to ask you a question right now, honestly, Kelly, do you think that that's helping your channel grow?
No.
Have you noticed a change in your subscriptions? Have you noticed any more people coming into your lives than what normally come into your lives?
No.
Every time you do that?
No, to be honest with you, no.
So when are you going to say to yourself, I need to change this? If
I need to change now.
If I keep on this path and I keep doing that, that's what you're going to keep doing a week from now, a month from, because I see you're getting content with it. You're getting comfortable with it. You talk good when you're promoting people's channels, but all I ever see you doing in your live lately is helping everybody else, and your channel is taking the back seat. I hate seeing that, man. You're a nice guy. You got shit to talk about. You can make your channel grow. But you, from what I've seen, this is just my opinion. If you feel different, there's nothing wrong with that. My opinion is I think you're too focused on everybody else out there instead of your channel. But I hear you all the time say, I want to take the internet by storm. Until I get a stable job, I want to do this and I want to make money, but you're never going to make any money, man, if you ain't doing nothing to fix your own channel and all you're doing is focusing on everybody else's channel. It may seem harsh to say that.
No, it's not harsh.
But when you really start thinking about it, why are you doing YouTube? Answer me that. Why do you do YouTube?
I enjoy it. There's just something about it. It's exciting to me.
And that's fine if you do it for a hobby and it's just fun to do it. But because the reason why I ask you this is because I've heard you say many times that you want to try to build your channel, make more monetization to help you out in life. Well,
yeah.
That's what you need to be doing.
Yeah, I do.
You're not doing that right now because what you're doing is you're helping everybody else and you're not helping yourself.
And that needs to stop.
It does.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not happy with it. My foot hurts, my back's been killing me, and I've been very stressed, to be honest with you.
If you're stressed out and you're not happy with your own channel, how much longer are you going to keep going down this road and doing that?
I don't want to go down that road anymore, to be honest with you. To be open and honest.
You keep going down that road, you're going to be trapped, man, and that's all you're going to do. And then what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. I see it all the time. Those people, now this is where in the beginning of a change, it's going to hurt you. And I'm going to tell you why. Everybody that you got coming into your live feed right now is coming there solely either to support you as a friend, and the other half are just there because they know that your live is solely about you dropping everybody's link, helping them get subs. So I'm going to tell you but I bet you can answer this for me. When you make a change in your channel, what do you think's going to happen first couple of times?
Well, it's going to be a drop.
Yes.
There's going to be a drop.
You're going to see all them people that were only solely there that you were helping to build their channels. They're going to stop coming because once they see that you're not solely focused on them, they're going to be like, oh, well, fuck that channel. No, seriously. And listen listen what I'm about to say. Listen to what I'm about to say. You know why they're going to say that? Because there's 50 million other channels out there where people do that.
Right.
They're just going to hop to one of them channels where all they do is drop each other's links.
I'm going to be honest with you.
What's going to happen in time is when YouTube really, really, really starts cracking down on this whole sub for sub shit and that stuff all goes away, it's going to burn everybody out there. That's why I don't do the whole fucking sub for sub shit. I always tell everybody, you want to sub to me? Fine. I'd rather you not, unless you're going to be interested in what my channel's about. If you're not into RC cars, you're not into drag racing or fishing. Now, I will now let me say this because I don't want to say you have to stick to a strict script 7 days a week. It's okay to venture out because what I mean by is like my channel right now is solely all about RCs and RC racing. Okay. I started a new hobby doing the fifth scale gas stuff. Before that, I was doing A scale nitro RC cars, and I would travel from state to state periodically whenever I had time with a buddy of mine, and we would go race. We would get out of town for a week, go race at a racetrack, have some fun. We'd record the race, how we did, talk about it in the live after the video's been posted, all that shit. My channel, most people will come to my channel solely because I try to keep the majority of my subscribers focused on the RC hobby because that's what my channel is about. I'm not saying that outsiders can't come in. They might have never seen a big, loud, powerful, small gas engine in RC. They might find it's intriguing and come back and watch the channel. A lot of people won't. A lot of people come, they'll check out the channel and be like, all right, I have no idea what the fuck that is. They might visit the channel once, throw a like, say hi, hello, and they roll on. When you got these channels, when you're doing the whole sub for sub shit, that's when you get a shitload of subscribers, but nobody ever comes back and watches your channel because your channel might not be for them. Now, I'm not saying to turn people away because, it's a double-edged sword where you just got to let people decide for themselves, is your channel for them? Is your channel exciting enough for them to come back to?
That's why I have to do this. I have to do this process a little slowly.
Yes, you're
not
going
too fast.
No, you're going to have to do it slowly, but you need to. You need to. How can I say this? You can do it slow, but don't let it fucking take forever, dude.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, the slower you are making the transition, that's all the money that's passing you up. Every single cent.
Well, the problem is with me doing this thing that I'm doing now, I don't really get any. I get some super chats, but most of those are my friends.
Yeah,
that live around here, and this one woman lives on. I have one guy that comes in there and give me $1 or $2 in there, but totally, it's not worth.
That's why you can't rely on that.
It's really annoying, to be honest.
You can't rely on super chats, and you can't rely on all that stuff because not everybody's going to do it. Now, if you had 30, 40 people coming in your lives donating $5-6 out of whack, 30 people.
Oh, yeah.
That's a couple $100 a night you're making. You can live off that, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Fact is, that ain't going to happen. It happens on a lot of now it does happen on a lot of channels, but you better have a fucking channel that is worth people's money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It all goes hand in hand. If people are gonna
I think the most I ever had on the super chat was $60.
Yeah, if people are going to be dipping into their pockets,
60.
People are going to be dipping into their pockets to pay money. You better
Most I ever got was 20.
Yeah, you better have a channel that's wowing them.
Rob Black one time came into my live stream and he gave me a $20 super sticker.
Yeah,
that was one time, but after that, I never got that again. That's why I'm just like, okay, you know what you're saying is right. That's
a lot of people have the super sticker taken off their monetized channel.
Now, I'm not going to talk about any more tonight. I think I filled you guys with enough to start out with.
Yeah.
We're going to do this in sessions.
In sessions?
We're going to do it in sessions because, like I said, again, I haven't even begun. I've just started to scratch the surface.
There's lots to learn.
I can't get into the real technical stuff until you have the basics down first. Because if you can't even apply the basics to your channel, there's no sense of going on with the more in-depth stuff because it ain't going to make sense to you.
Well, both of us here, me and John, both want to start definitely getting more money.
This is what you need to do. John, you've been sitting here listening. Kelly, you've been sitting here listening.
And everybody in chat been listening.
The next time I visit both of your guys' fucking channels, I better see a plan of what you're going to talk about and a header that reflects it.
Headers and hashtags and descriptions.
Yep, descriptions, headers, and hashtags. Start with that first. You got to build a crowd first. You got to get the viewers coming, okay? You got to put out an exciting header of what your shit's going to be about. You got to get them to come first. If you can't get the followers to come, then you don't get views. You don't get people in your lives. Channel's not going to grow. As hard as it is to keep preaching it, that's the big thing. You gotta
I'm
You
just
gotta
really
win.
not happy with what I'm earning on YouTube.
It's
I'm
like
very
you saying,
frustrated.
yeah, it's like you saying you want to take YouTube by storm.
I
Well, how you
do.
gonna do
I
that?
do want to take the internet by storm. I
You
do.
gotta wow. You gotta wow them first. So you better start digging deep into your brain and figuring what can I come up with to do. And here's the thing, Kelly. What I was saying earlier, that you don't always have to stick to a specific straight script. There's times during the week that you can stray off onto other stuff. I do it and it still works. Like my channel, I'll give you an example. My channel being specifically about RC cars and tearing down the engines and rebuilding them and racing them and all that. 99% of my channel, that's what I stick it to. There are some days where I feel like just getting on the live, opening up the chat room, because it allows other people to come in and associate with everybody else, building rapport, getting each other to know each other, to feel comfortable with their host, their other fellow watchers, their viewers. I might not talk about jack shit. I might just come in and say, hey, I'm going to open up the live tonight, guys. It's a free-for-all. What do y'all want to talk about? I'm going to open up the StreamYard and I'll open up the cam. If anybody wants to come on cam and hang out and bullshit about life, talk about your job, you're having a bad week. Some people just want somebody to talk to, man. They might have had a fucking rough week. They might be going through some shit in their life. They got no one else to turn to. You will find that a lot of people on the internet will turn to complete strangers for any kind of comfort out there.
I
know
have one guy
I've
that
had-
comes.
I've had a lot of people do it with me. People that have done it with me have become very good friends, where we have met up in person, where we have traveled to meet one another to hang out.
What's your real name, anyways, Nitro Freak?
My real name's Frank.
Frank.
I know a lot of people hate calling me Nitro Freak. If you want to call me Frank by my first name, that's fine. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll be honest. I've met a lot of my viewers in person. Some people don't like to do that because you got to be leery about the crazy asses that are out in this world.
Right.
So
Yes.
you just got to be kind of smart to pick and choose and who you're going to view. But most people, when they see me on cam and see how I am, they ain't gonna fuck with me. So, I'm a roughneck. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Spent 22 years in the military. You know, I'm big on guns. I carry a pistol everywhere I go. There ain't much in this world that fucking scares me. I've done
my dad was in a.
I've done 7 combat tours. I've been shot at many a times. I've been shot and I've taken bullets. So there ain't a whole lot. There ain't a whole lot that affects me. Like I said, I'm a different type of animal than most guys that you'll meet on YouTube. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
You seem like you're doing pretty
dad
good.
Was in the special forces in World War II.
I build all my own muscle cars. This is one of my biggest attractions that sits behind me. That in my lives, guys that love muscle cars love to see engine under the hood. My drag cars. I've got a nice Harley Davidson motorcycle that sits against the wall, but on the back of it, I'm a big ATV freak, muscle car, hot rods, bikes, 3-wheelers, 4-wheelers, dirt bikes, RC car. I do it all.
Do you have a lot of car shows in your area?
Oh yeah, I got a whole fucking wall of trophies that I've won with this car behind me. I'll show you those one day. We'll put them on cam.
Oh sure.
The whole fucking garage wall back here is filled with fucking trophies.
That'd be cool.
I go to a lot of car cruisings. I go to a lot of drag strips. I'm a very active person. Once I retired from the military, I'm disabled where I cannot work a full-time job. So when I retired and I became disabled through the VA from the military, guys like me, we got to find something to fucking do to take up our time the rest of our lives, because we got nothing to do but sit around. I mean, I'm married, got kids, I got grandkids. I get my kids and my grandkids into my hobbies and shit. I get them in on my lives sometimes. People like to see that. You got to find whatever you can to make your channel exciting. The fact of the matter is, I know people hate to fucking hear it, but nobody likes a boring channel. I don't want to say boring. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to find a nice way to fucking put it, but nobody likes to watch a channel where people just sit there and read all the comments in their chat, or they're suboccupied by their cell phone or their wife behind them or whatever. You got to remember, you're an entertainer. You're there to entertain your viewers. If you cannot keep your focus, how are you going to keep the focus of your viewers? And that's what it's all about. You got to wow these people. You got to give them something to come back to.
Right.
Because otherwise, you might get 15, 20 people that come in, check out your channel. They're going to know within a couple of minutes if that channel's for them or not.
Right.
Everybody likes somebody that's funny. Everybody likes somebody that tells a joke. Everybody likes somebody that's energetic. If you just have no personality, you're boring, and you do jack shit on your lives, you're not going to keep the attention span of the viewers. That's been proven time over time. Because I go and I search a lot of channels. When I first started doing my channel, I wanted to see what everybody else out there was doing. What is everybody doing out there that's making the money? How is everybody else out there keeping the attention span of their viewers? How is it that somebody gets 10,000 subs, and how are they getting all 10,000 people to come back and get 10,000 views on their videos? It's got to be something they're doing. I researched that a lot. I spent more time fucking watching YouTube in the beginning than focusing on my own channel. But when I did start my channel, I already knew what everybody else was doing. I knew what people were looking at. I knew what was keeping the viewers' attention. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes is what you call trolling, not in a bad way, but you're just kind of like trolling other people's channel to see what they're doing. Use those ideas. You know, nobody's ideas are fucking copyrighted because everybody, like I said, you remember what I said in the very beginning? It's very hard to come up with something on YouTube that hasn't been done by 5,000 other fucking people. I could use my channel, for example, RC Cars. There's fucking 30,000 RC channels out there, but it's whatever I do is different than all the other 30,000. Okay.
Right.
My personality, it's what I talk about. It's how I treat my viewers, all that stuff. I've got to watch all these other channels, and I got to be able to do what everybody else is not doing. That's kind of the key. Be different. Don't be a trend follower, be a trend setter.
I'm definitely not a follower at all.
That's what I try to tell everybody. Don't follow the crowd. Be a leader, not a follower.
That's what I try to do. And actually, I am going to start getting that done because that is one thing. It's hard.
It is hard, Kelly. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to happen overnight, brother.
No.
You know that. I know that. I could sit here and preach all this stuff for hours and hours, and it all sounds good, but it's not going to happen overnight. It didn't to anybody. It's never been that way to, for anybody. You look at some of the most successful people on YouTube, they had to work their ass off to get to where they're at. It didn't just come to them. But the problem is a lot of people in society today are used to the free handouts and having everything done for them. That's why you see a lot of people do these whole sub for sub channels. We're like, okay, well, this guy, I see his channel. All he does for hours is drop everybody's link. Well, shit, I don't need to do a video on my own channel and drop my own link. I can go in there and have him do it for me. And I can sit back and play on my phone or watch TV, and he's building my channel for me. That's why I tell people, get out of the habit of fucking building everybody else up and start doing something for yourself. Because your channel is only going to be what it is from you, not from anybody else. Your channel is only going to be as good as you make it. Nobody can do that for you because it's not someone else sitting in front of your camera entertaining a crowd. That's something you got to do. You got to find ways to do it. It might take you a week. It might take you 6 months. When you figure that out and you get a routine, I promise you, you're going to see a big change in your channel. But you got to start. You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. That's
cool,
the thing.
gamer.
John, like you want to try to build your channel up? I've gone through and I've watched some of your stuff. You got some good videos. I think where your channel could very much excel very, very well. Me speaking personally, I'm a model guy. I love model channels. I love to see how people build models and what they're doing. I've seen a lot of model channels out there. I see what guys do. I have my favorites, and I know the ones that aren't worth a damn. Where you can take your channel by storm, start making videos, or you can even do while you're live, build a model while you're live. You point the camera down and you can talk and you can say, hey, this is the model we're building today. We're going to start building the engine. I'm going to show you guys how I paint the different parts on my engine, how I do makeshift spark plugs out of regular You probably do the stuff I used to do back in the day, sewing thread, how you make
Yeah.
your spark plug. Say, I've been there, I've done that. That's
Yeah.
the shit. That's the shit you need to do. Make it exciting. Don't just talk about models. People want to see that kind of shit being built. That's how they
Yeah.
get their ideas for their hobby, by watching somebody who's already doing it. When you can do something that interests one person, they're gonna tell their friends about it. They're gonna say, "Hey, man, I know you do models. Follow me over to this guy's channel. He's doing a badass Hemi Cuda. He's got a beautiful paint job. He painted his body. He's getting ready to start building the chassis, doing a Pro Street, or he's doing a gasser, or, you know, he's building a sand rail or a Top Fuel dragster, or doing a NASCAR, you know, model or whatever." Models is a big thing in this world, whether you're in Canada, the United States, or fucking in China. Okay, there's always
Yeah.
people out there that like to build models. That's a way that people find their niche in what their channel is going to be about. Take something that you love doing and put it on fucking YouTube. There's always going to be a viewer for it. You might even be that guy that takes somebody that's never built a model in their life. They watch your channel. You come up with a way to make it so easy, so simple and fun that you have now, because I can tell you that's always what my idea in the back of my head is. I do RCs because I want to bring RCs to a part of the world or a state or a town where people have always thought about doing it but have never done it because they didn't know a whole lot about it. And then they find my channel and I break everything down like the books for dummies, as they call them.
Right.
One of these days, I'll let you guys know when I'm going live. I'll let you guys sit on one of my lives, and you'll see how I run my lives. You know, I've got the same people that have been following me from years ago that are still fucking with me today, only because I've been able to capture their attention all these years later.
Well,
A lot of channels, you don't see that. I still have my very first subscriber ever to my channel today is one of my best friends that I get together with sometimes twice a year. We meet up and we go on a vacation. Over a fucking YouTube channel, I met one of my best friends in the world that I met up in person from my very first fucking subscriber that is still with me to this day. He was in here earlier watching the live. You can do shit like that, man. You can do anything. I never thought I would gain a personal friend out of YouTube. Not that I'm saying it doesn't happen, because it happens on a daily basis. But I'm in North Carolina. He's in Michigan. For both of us to travel hours and hours away to meet up in a remote spot for a race out of town and just have a week of fun together twice a year, it says a lot of what YouTube can do for sometimes, you know, with me, what I was saying earlier, I used to be a big YouTuber. I'm going to be honest. I don't give two shits about YouTube anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. I've invested so much of my life into YouTube. I'm bored with it.
Did your channel ever get to 1 million subscribers on Nitro?
No, not a million. Not a million.
Over 100, over 100,000?
I had a channel in the past that I don't do anything with anymore that reached 50. It was like 50,500 and something, but it had nothing to do with what I'm doing today. The channel I'm running today is a complete new channel on RCs. Now, I've been doing RCs my whole life, but I never thought about doing it on YouTube. I used to do videos years ago, okay, that was all on drag racing, hunting, fishing. I recorded a lot of my stuff while I was in the military, okay? That gained a lot of attention because everybody loves to support veterans. Everybody loves our military.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Again, you got to find a topic that people love watching. There's a lot of stuff out in this world that people don't do YouTube on, or don't do a lot of YouTube on it, that you will be surprised that can blow up really, really quick. I've gotten to the point now where I've invested so much time in YouTube that I don't invest the time anymore, because it really started. I started learning that. Now, in your situation, Kelly, it's different. I have a retirement check. I get a VA disability check. I'm financially stable. I don't need YouTube's money. YouTube's money that I make off of YouTube goes into my hobby, so I don't have to take money out of my personal bank account. And I'm going to tell you, I've made a lot of money that has paid for a lot of my toys. But I put, but seriously, I put forth the work to make that extra money, so it was all free to me. It was all free. It was like Christmas every day for me. I was getting free money to go shopping with and buy whatever the fuck I wanted to with it. And that's what I did. That's what I did with all my monetization. Because unlike somebody, whether it's you, for example, or someone else that doesn't work, you're trying to find a way to make a means of better income to support your family, your kids, or whatever your situation is. YouTube is a way to do it, but YouTube is not going to wait on you.
No.
You got to get out. You got to get out there and grab it. The longer you wait, the longer you procrastinate and put it off, it's dollar signs going down the drain, my friend, because you already know it's not going to happen overnight. So you better get all the fucking hard work out of the way now. So when that time hits, you figure out your niche, what you're going to do, and how you're going to start building your channel. That's when the money's going to start coming. That's when the viewers are going to start coming. Okay. Now is a better time now to start. Better to start now than next month or 2 months from now, because most everybody else out there, they're grabbing that money while they can. Because you got to kind of look at it like this. Who knows how long YouTube is going to be paying people to do videos? That shit can stop tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might just come up and say, you know what? We ain't paying nobody to do fucking YouTube no more. And they do
Or
away
they
with
can make it harder that you can't make no money off it.
Well, they're already doing that now. They've made YouTube now so fucking harder now to make money. It was easier back then. I've noticed it in just this channel. This channel is not very huge. I'm about to hit 25, getting close to 2,500 subs. But for the 2,500 people that I have, they are the same people that watch my lives and watch my videos every time I post something or spark up a fucking live. That's what you want. You want as many fucking views as you can get on your shit. The more people you can bring in to view it, that's the more money YouTube is going to pay you. I don't care to have 10,000, 1 million subscribers. I was like that in the beginning. I've done a lot of achievements that I wanted to achieve. Now I'm doing it kind of like what you're doing, Kelly. I'm doing it for fun because there are a shit ton of people on my channel that I am personal friends with that live around the world in other states. And this is what we use to stay in connection with each other. We go live. I also have a Discord app that I run where it's a big open forum that people come in and we talk about RC cars and life and whatever. So I'm not active just in YouTube. I belong to almost every social media platform known to man. I have a very busy life. I am on the go, working my thumbs, fucking 24/7. That's why when I see people that use StreamYard, I tell them, fire that shit up. So when I want to talk to you, I can just talk. I hate fucking typing. I do.
I hate it too.
That's the worst shit in the world to me. I feel like a fucking secretary when I got to sit in somebody's live and just type. Now, not everybody uses a StreamYard where you can come in live. But I'm going to tell you too, if you have StreamYard, fire that bitch up every time you can. Bring guests in. When people see that others come in, that's going to attract other people. People think that's fun. A lot of people love attention. What's a better way to get attention than being on camera on somebody's fucking YouTube channel? Okay. We're going to talk about that because I'm going to tell you, when I went to StreamYard, before StreamYard was ever around and I figured it out and how to use it, StreamYard boosted my channel a ton. And it also brought a lot of great friends to my channel that I now hang out with in person to date. So with me, it's not about the money. What I tell everybody, for me now, it's the people along the way, the journey that I meet, become great friends with, have good talks, sit back, drink some beers on a fucking weekend, have a cookout with them, hang out with them, go fishing, go racing, whatever. My channel has brought made me a lot of close friends. Some closer than others, but you know, there aren't many people out there that can say that just from their YouTube channel alone, you know, they're traveling out of state to go meet other people. Some people do it, some people don't. I do it whenever I can with, you know, close people that I've, you know, met on my channel. So to me, I'm the type of guy, the things that I've experienced in life through my military career, I'm financially set. My kids are grown. I have grandkids. Everything I own is paid for and bought. I have no fucking bills. I'm just enjoying life now. I worked my ass off to the fucking bone for everything I have. I did it with YouTube. I put forth the effort. I made my channel grow. I met a lot of great people out it. And now I'm not wanting to sit on camera 7 days a week, 5 and 6 hours a day like I used to. It took up a lot of my time and a lot of my life. It was worth it then, is why I don't do it now, because now I'm just at a point where I'm always going to meet people. My channel's not going anywhere. It's only going to grow. It's not going to grow as fast as it did in the beginning when I was putting forth the effort, but it's always going to grow. Especially in a hobby like mine, the RC hobby is a big hobby. There's always every kid that does it, teenager to young 20s. You know, I'm only in my mid 40s. I'm not that old. So, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have a hobby that is very popular in the world that a lot of people take interest in. And that's one thing I always try and really stress to everybody is if you're going to do YouTube, try to pick a topic that almost anybody out there can relate to some way, shape, or form. It's not always possible to do that, but everybody in the world has some kind of hobby. And I guarantee you, no matter what you guys think of, you are going to share the same hobbies as probably a couple hundred other people out there, a few thousand other people out there. You just got to find a way to reach them and bring them to your channel. And I'm going to leave you with that for tonight.
Yeah, it's getting kind of late. I gotta get ready to we're getting ready to go to bed.
I didn't want to sit here and ramble on. I mean, I wanted to kind of do this and get it out of the way because I mean, yeah. I know you got other people in here that were talking, and it's kind of bad because we really weren't focusing on your viewers. So you don't want your viewers to feel left out, but this is something I wanted to get out of the way. You got the tools. You heard me talk. So, Kelly, it's up to you. We don't have to do the StreamYard tomorrow at 2 o'clock if you don't want to. We can do it for another night. Use your StreamYard tomorrow because I don't want to take up your – here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna be in on your live tomorrow. While you go to bed tonight and you wake up tomorrow, before you do your live feed, experiment. Have something to talk about. Have a header. And please use your hashtags. See if you notice a difference in that live through your analytics after it's done from any other live that you've done in the past.
Okay. I'll definitely do that.
Let's see if we can start that change tomorrow. Not next week, not next month. Fucking start tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's as good a time as any.
Yes.
I look at it like this. If people don't come into your channel anymore that have been coming into your channel, then they're not loyal viewers. And there's got to be some loyalty there between creators and viewers. If people respect you as a person and want to be your friend and enjoy what you do, like I tell everybody in my channel, I admire everybody that comes back, whether I talk about something that interests you or that doesn't interest you. And I always have the same people coming back. And I always tell everybody, you guys are my most loyal viewers because no matter what I talk about, you always come back. And that's what I like to see for everybody. You're not always going to have that. Some people are going to pick and choose where they want to be on somebody's live and what they watch. But if they've been watching your channel enough, they should be cool enough with you to respect you, to make the change for you to do better for yourself. Don't fucking let others hold you back. If other people want to say, oh, I'm not going to visit your channel anymore because you're not solely promoting for 3-4 hours like you used to, you don't need them people. You know why? Because every 10 people that leave your channel, there's going to be 20 to 100 more that are going to come right behind them. You just got to get them and grab them. Remember that. There are too many people in this world that love to watch YouTube.
7.8 billion people on the planet, 550 active million YouTube accounts. I think that's about. I think that's about.
So why are you going to settle for 9,000 subs? You see what I'm saying? You can have way more than that. Way more than that.
50,000 would be nice.
You can have more than that. Look at some of these channels. They have 1 million, 2 million. Do some homework. Watch some of them big channels. See what they're talking about.
I do.
What they're doing.
I
see
do.
if it's something that you can apply. And I know your hands are kind of tied, you know, with what you can do. Everybody's is, but you got to find a way around it. Okay.
Yeah.
Try to be a little more active, a little bit more exciting. I know that's going to be kind of hard because everybody has a different demeanor. Some people are really laid back. They're not all bubbly and jumpy, jumpy like I am and stuff. But
Well, that's why you're called. That's why you're the Nitro Man.
exactly for a lot of people will tell you. You sit on my live, they'll tell you they're there just to watch my energy. They don't give a shit about what my channel's about. I make it fun. I swear, I goof off. It's one of them things that I tell everybody. I have no filter. I'm not a fake motherfucker. I'm going to tell you straight like it is. That's what this world today is lacking. This generation, everybody's looking for a safe space. Everybody wants you to talk to them with properness and fuck all that shit.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm a 70s baby, okay? I grew up in the 80s when shit was different back then. This generation of kids today and the way the world is, it's fucking horrendous. It's sad.
I know.
It's very sad.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
I got a 15-year-old son. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I have one that's 20 that doesn't even talk to me. Yeah.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
This generation now is not like how it was when we were all growing up. I would say you're probably in your late 40s, Kelly, maybe early 50s. I know
40,
you're probably in your mid to late 50s, John. I'll
be 65 next month.
65, but I mean we're all from the same era,
Yeah.
60s and 70s.
I'm 48. I'm 48.
Yeah, the 60s. I remember depression was really hard. Like my dad was only working 2 days, 3 days a week, and that was it. But we still made it. Not like today.
Yeah, today it's just horrifying.
Well, I'm going to close up, guys.
I got to hop off here myself, guys. I appreciate you giving me the time to come in and talk with y'all. I hope everybody learned a little bit of
Thank you,
something.
Nitro. I appreciate it.
Yes. Yep. I appreciate everybody in the chat that hung out for this long fucking rant, however you want to look at it. I hope everybody learned something. There will be more. We're going to do it in strides because not all of us have 5-6 hours to sit on cam. I can do it, but not everybody does. And I'm used to it. I was 43 when I started going to college because the military paid for my college after I retired, and I used every bit of my college experience, and that's how I learned to be a very outgoing person. I took a lot of public speaking. I used to be a shy guy. I would never get on cam. I would post videos, and I would never be in them. I didn't want to talk on cam, but I had a good female teacher who was a public speaker, took her classes, and she brought me out of my shell. and then I had to do it in the military, here and there, and it just blew up from there. So sometimes people just like to come and watch people that are entertaining. You don't care about what you're talking about. It's the excitement,
The energy flow.
It's the energy flow. People don't like boring people. If you're going to be boring, then you're not going to attract a crowd.
No.
Right. That's correct.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's true.
But all righty, guys. I'll keep checking your channel, see when y'all go live again, and you guys will definitely all see me on the next one.
Okay, thanks a lot,
Okay.
guys.
Thank you.
Y'all take it easy. I'm out.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
later. Yeah, thank you everybody that stuck around in the chat. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, all about the when you get monetized, how to get paid and whatnot. So, and Dave's Model Shop, I see you're still in here. Yeah, I'm gonna be closing up now. You could have joined the panel if you wanted to, Dave. Maybe next time. Anyways, everybody, take care. God bless. Peace. And I'm out. Later.